All right, before we start, let me put out a disclaimer. Under no circumstances am I calling Fani Willis stupid. With all the accolades that Fani has occurred over her lifetime, we're fully aware that this is not a stupid lady. This is not a stupid woman. She's a strong, um, prolific, smart black woman. What I'm calling is the actions that she took to put someone she was involved with uh, the spearhead the case against one of the most powerful men in the country, probably the world, uh, with a strong influence over a political party, and he has a cult following, and he's presumed to be one of the richest men in the country. So when you go after this man, you have to go after him correctly. He's an ex-president. You can't go after an ex-president with dirt on your fingers, with a little bit of mud on your shoes. You have to be clean all the way around. You have to cross all your T's and dot all your I's. And I think Fani did not do that. I think that she knew better than to put this guy here. This case is a case that is clear what's going on here, at least in my eyes. We have, on one hand, a guy that tried to steal an election and overthrow a government. And then we have a woman that's slept with a coworker. I mean, what are we talking about here? Who has done more damage here? But I understand fully that when you're involved in stuff like this, she cannot half step, like I'm saying. She knew that they were going to use anything they could find against her. They were going to dig up every stone. They were going to go under every bed, every pillow, every cracks and crevice they was going to remove to try and find something to use against her. No matter how minuscule it is, they're going to try and find something to use against her. And he's going to try to use this to taint this whole case from here on out. And she knew better. Why did she put that young man in charge? I'm telling a young man like I'm older than the dude. But you know what I'm trying to say. Why would she put a guy that she knows she has involvement with? I mean, that sets you up right there for big time failure. Now they want her to recuse herself. They took her in front of a judge. The judge is going to make a decision on taking her off the case. When, if she had just played this right in the first place, there would be no taking her off the case. There would be no asking her to recuse herself. Now, should she recuse herself is a question that's been circulating around with a lot of people. I've been watching on the internet. Some people are saying yes. Some people are saying no. But for the majority, I've seen that she has a good amount of support, at least in our community. We know that his fanboy, people out there that's like a cult, he has a cult following. So no matter what you say or do, they're going to be against it. But for her, in our community, I see that she has somewhat support, especially after going there and explaining herself of what's going on, of what she has been doing. Now, me personally, recusing yourself, I think that this taints the case. And as much as I wouldn't want her to recuse herself, I think that this is probably the only way to get some of the attention or bad attention off of the case. Now, we need to keep attention on this case because we need to see what's going on, and there need to be a clear, verdict, a clear answering to what the former president tried to do. It needs to get squashed, it needs to get stomped on, or because if it doesn't, it's going to be someone is going to attempt it again, and it's probably going to be him. So she puts herself in a situation right now where, you know, this is for some, this is a make or break case for them. This is a case that highlights you, put you in a different stratosphere. Fani Willis, the prosecutor that prosecuted and got a guilty verdict against a former president, never been done before. So this is something that's put her in a different stratosphere. as a lawyer and maybe as a future politician or whatever, you know, as a judge or wherever she's shooting at to be in the future. But I think she tainted all of this by doing something as simple as what she did, which she should have known that they were going to use against her. I mean, this to me is simple mathematics to me. You know, I knew that whoever was trying to prosecute this guy, whether it's from New York, whether it's in the Justice Department, all the way down to Georgia, he's searching. He has people looking for anything they can use against these people so that he can try and say, they're, you know, these are the bad apples going after me and I'm a good apple. And I think she knew that ahead of time. Why did she do this? Only she can answer that. Only God and her can answer this question of why did she make this decision. But this decision does impact the case. We can't sit here and pretend like it doesn't. It does. And it doesn't impact the guilty status of a person, but it does impact what people can say and what people would feel like happened. And for those who have you know, you have some people that they're on the side. They're not sure what to believe or they're not sure what to take. When they see stuff like this, they're going to take the side of him. They're going to take the side of, you know, she's a bad apple coming after him and he's a good apple. Because that's what he's been preaching. The guys say that, scholars say that there's no case against him, when we see almost every pundit, every lawyer that comes on TV say there is a case. Whether they say it's strong or weak, they say there's a case. But he's saying that there's no case. Now, you know, Fani's a black woman that you could tell that she's a go-getter. And you could tell by how she answered the question that she ain't to be played with. And she don't play around. And she don't allow people to play with her. But she gave these dudes the opportunity to strike against her, and they took it. She gave these people the opportunity to let her look like she wasn't up to par when she is. She has this look on her face of don't play with me. And she gave these dudes a reason to play with her. You know what I'm saying? She opened herself up to scrutinization. She opened herself up to be able to be attacked by this dude and his henchmen and his cult following, when, you know, she could have picked someone else. And maybe to her, in her mind, that this was the best guy to do the job. But when you think about what's going on with you and the guy or what y'all had before, if that had came out, which is it happened. So, you know, whatever they say, what happens in the dark comes to light. So, you know, it's a possibility to come to light. So you should have never put yourself in that situation for this to happen, which she did. And, you know, what's going to take place now? I think they're going to remove her from the case. And frankly, I think she should remove herself because it's tainted now. And as much as I don't want, because I don't want her to remove herself, but she's going to have to remove herself, or the judge is going to remove her. And if the judge doesn't remove her, then that's a plus, but it's going to be always going and going and going and going and going and going. You know how that works. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. If y'all agree with me, let me know. If y'all disagree with me, if y'all think that there's other points to this situation that you would like to highlight, drop it in the comment section. We can discuss it in here. Respectfully, though. But jump in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out.